G'day folks, welcome to the channel. Marty Winners here. It's a Sunday morning. I'm in Aberfoyle Park, South Australia. It's about 24 degrees and I think it's going to hit around 27, 28 degrees. Blue sky, as you can see in behind me here, so it's a beautiful day for riding. So what I'm going to be doing today is testing out this new GoPro 10 that I've just purchased. It's got a media kit on it, sitting on the top of my helmet. I've got the old GoPro 7 on the side as well. We'll play around with that a little bit, and probably the iPhone as well. Going to be trekking down on the southern regions of South Australia, just south of Adelaide. So we're going to be going around Kaipo, down to a place called Mount Compass, across from Mount Compass across to Yankalilla. Then we'll be dropping down into an area called Maiponga Beach, which is a picturesque area, and we'll check that out. So see how we go. Stay with me. First thing I'll do is get some fuel. I'm on the Tenere 700. I'm down to about 2 bars. I think that'll probably give me about 50-60 kilometers. But fuel is currently $1.67.9. It was up around $2.25, $2.30 a couple of weeks ago. The government has dropped the fuel excise because of this war in Ukraine. Obviously there's fuel shortages, and yeah, they've had to pump the prices up. Probably the fuel gouging going on as well, but getting down to $1.67 is not too bad. Hopefully we'll see a bit more of a drop soon. Try to squeeze every little drop into this tank. I think it takes about 16. If I can get 16 and a half, 17 in it, more the better. That'll do. Currently on Dashwood Gully Road, just outside of Kangarilla, South Australia. So we passed through Clarendon, Kangarilla, and we're going to turn left onto a road called Hillyfields Road. Starting to get a little bit overcast. Yeah, so we're going to get some rain, hopefully not today. Hopefully it holds out until tomorrow. I'm not a big fan of riding in the rain. Okay, turning left onto Hillyfields Road. A lot of traffic out today, Sunday drivers. A lot of motorbikes too, which is good. Just goes about 300-400 metres, then turns into a dirt road. Beautiful. Check it out. Love it when cars pull over. Not that they have to. Just got to leave a bit of room for me to get through. Would you believe 600 metres? Just as we come up to this intersection here, we're going to go straight through. You'll see there's a whole bunch of road cones out and a few signs. They're making a movie down there. I'm not sure who's in it. I think it's one of the international actors. Yeah, on the farm there. They've been playing around here for the last 12 months ago. COVID shut them down for a while, and they've come back to have another go at it. I believe it could be a Netflix film being made. A bit of a historical film. I've got a little bit of involvement. I'll show you what my involvement is. And not sure if you can see it. There's a skip bin there. That's mine. So I supply skip bins to the movie set. That's probably about 400 or 500 metres away from the movie set. Obviously they don't want my smelly bin sitting around the movie set. So I'm just going to turn off here. This little road here. It's a bit of a hidden secret up here. It says one lane. That's what it is, one lane. This track gets really muddy when it's wet. It's not the track you want to come on with standard sort of tyres. I've still got the manufacturer's tyres, the OEM tyres on this. I'm still wearing them down. Once I've worn them down, I'll probably go for something like, I don't know, Motoz Desert or Motoz Adventure. Just got to pull up here. Just had a farmer come out of a paddock with his big bale of hay. Stop here and let him go up further. Okay, the farmer's got a bit of distance on us now. We'll probably still come across him because this is a fairly long track. Or when I say long, it's probably about 2 kilometres long. Here he is. Just up here, old Charlie. Hopefully he doesn't get aggro at me. Farmer's usually pretty good. We'll just film him going in. And go, oh, he's just gone to shut his gate. He's happy as Larry. Yeah. How you going, mate? Yeah, not too bad. Yeah. Yeah, he's alright. So g'day to him. He just said, oh, what are you doing? Just having a look around? Yeah, alright. The thing about farming, isn't it? It's a 7-day job. Cows don't have the weekend off. Just take it easy through here. This is actually a fire track, so just plod through here. Don't make too much noise, don't stir up too much dust, don't scare the animals, and the neighbours are usually okay with that. So turn right onto Claren Road, Claren, C-L-A-R-E-N, Claren Road, and we're going to zip across Dashwood Gully Road, and we have another car. That's all good. This is a busy road. Once again, it says no through road, but it is a through road. Old mate's pulling over, circling us around, telling us to go around. Maybe it's that aching me a bit. Gave me old thumbs up. Like I said, the locals are pretty good around here, as long as you sort of play by the rules. Yeah, ride within your means, ride within the conditions, stuff like that. Stick to the rules, you're laughing. And then at the end of the day, I suppose, you know, at the end of the day, a lot of these farmers grew up in this area and they had motorbikes, they ride motorbikes, and you know, probably in their younger days they're probably out on scramble bikes and enduro bikes and the like. They would have done a lot of riding in the local pine forests here when you were allowed to do that sort of stuff. A lot of old historical buildings in this area. Most of them end up being refurbished and turned into B&Bs. I'd have that. Like a bit of a squirt through here. Cobwebs out. Bit of dust. Ooh. You wouldn't want to hit that at full pelt. Always looking on these tracks for shadows. Shadow, you know, basically I'm not talking about shadows from trees, I'm talking about shadows on the road that sort of give you an indication that there's a pothole there or something to look out for. It's a slippery little surface. So this road is called Tynan Road. I've done a few dirt roads from the last broadcast there across to here, and we're about to enter into the Kaipo forest area. Not actually entering the forest itself, we're staying on public roads. Going across onto a road called Christmas Road. Sometimes it's called Christmas Hill Road. It is signposted on this side Christmas Hill Road, but on some maps it just shows it as Christmas Road. Okay, you get a lot of horse riders through this area here. So once again, this is an area where you've got to sort of take it easy past the horses and the like, otherwise they get a bit niggly with you. Understandable. It'd be awesome riding a horse in these forests. It'd be better riding it on a motorbike. Unfortunately, our forests are all locked up in this area. And there's some good reasons for that. You know, there is a high fire risk in this area, and obviously with a lot of community using the forest nowadays, horse riders, bushwalkers, runners, bike riders and all that, you know, the last thing you want is a motorbike belting down on you. This road can be a little bit slippery. I'm just giving it a bit of juice there. Back wheels all over the place. There's no traction control on these bikes, so you can play around a little bit. So watch this corner here, it'll be very slippery. This is a hill. This is Christmas Hill itself. So this track just sort of meanders through the forest. Public access. Nice and wide. Turn left onto Brookman Connor Road. Coming up to a car park on our left, which will have a lot of mountain bike riders in there, or their cars anyway. They'll be out in the forest. For those who like to put their bikes on the side, speedway style, these tracks are awesome for that. Not for me today. I'm riding by myself today, so last thing I want is any issues. Bit of a cross over the road here. You just got to watch out for these guys coming across, because a lot of time they don't focus on the road. They get target vision, a bit like bike riders. Get target vision, focus on one spot and you ride towards it. They do on the mountain bikes as well. They sort of see their friends or the car across the road and they just go straight across. Turn the old indicator off, makes a difference. Just getting a little bit of juice there, and you just feel the back wheel just sliding around. So as I said, I'm just running the standard tyres on this, the OEMs, which is the manufacturer's original equipment. Got to wear them now, and we've got a ride coming up in June 4th, 5th with South Australia Outback Adventures. So I'm looking forward to that. It's a 2-day ride over a weekend, and it's the Tenere Tragic Ride, Tenere ride, so you've got to be a Tenere rider, my own Tenere I should say, riding a Tenere on it to go on the event. So if you're looking at doing some weekend rides or event rides around South Australia, besides getting onto South Australian Adventure Bike Riders Facebook group, you can try South Australian Outback Adventures. They've got a Facebook group and also a web page. Yeah, they can give you some good introduction to ADV riding. They have various levels of riding all over the state. Yeah, got the old bit of a cough in the throat there at the moment. No COVID, just dry. Another good group to go out with is Ride ADV, rideadv.com.au I suppose it is. Greg Yeager and the guys over there in New South Wales, bloody well set up. you know, they also do similar sort of rides to what the SA Mob do. Now Greg and his crew, they have I think a big unimog that follows them along, and small vehicles. Rides you go on are generally fully catered, so, well, when I say fully catered, they supply most of the meals, so you'll get accommodation with it, full support, maps. They usually give GPX files that you can load up to your GPS on your bike, and yeah, tech talks and give you advice on riding, how to do things, how not to do things. So if you're looking for a ride around South Australia, get on to first the South Australian Outback motorcycle depends. I can't quite remember the name, guys. Apologies for that. I'll put a link in the descriptions down below, maybe on the side, on the page as well here, and you can check that out. But also check out Greg Yeager and the guys over in New South Wales. They do some awesome rides. Every state seems to have a business that runs these rides. So I know there's one in Queensland, one in Victoria, one that sort of specialises in South Australia, Tasmania as well, and Western Australia for sure. I suppose just Google it. But with these rides, it's always good to ask the question, what level is the ride aimed at? So obviously you're going to have beginner, intermediate and advanced. So beginner, intermediate and advanced. So I've just come off Blackfellows Creek Road and turning on to Woodgate Hill Road. Yeah, so ring them up, get in contact with these groups, and just, you know, ask them questions. You know, if you're just a beginner, you don't really want to go on an advanced ride. That's going to be some crazy stuff. And probably the intermediate stuff is probably a bit challenging as well, but ask them, they might have what called chicken tracks, way to get around the rough patches, and that's fine. Go on the rides, do the chicken tracks, that's all fine. At the end of the day, nobody really cares, because, you know, as long as you get home safe or back to the pub that night for a snitty and a beer, and talk about your ride. A big event that I'm involved in here in South Australia is called the Flinders Classic. Now the Flinders Classic is run once a year by a gentleman by the name of Stuart Dyceberg, top rider, top guy. He's got his own a YouTube channel going there, and he's great at photography, great at filming and stuff like that. Anyway, he runs that event and several other events around South Australia. He's just ran one down at Peterborough, which I think he got about 25-30 riders to, and that looked absolutely awesome. Yeah, so check out his gear, and yeah, his business called I think it's ISI, Iceberg Industries. So Iceberg is a bit of a play on his last name, Dyceberg. Yeah, check it out. You'll enjoy it. Anyway, back to what I was saying about, I'm involved in an event called the Flinders Classic. Happens once a year up in Flinders Ranges. We base down at or camp down at Anchorage, the village. Dave and the family, they look after us there, and it's all fully catered. You know, 3 meals a day. I think it goes for 4 or 5 days, and we have a host of different events that you can go on during those periods. So you have the adventure riding, which I host, and you also have the Enduro, Advanced Enduro, I think it's Advanced Adventure. So if you're a hardcore rider, you want to go with the boys on the Enduro stuff, yeah, give that a bit of a run. If you know, sort of want a bit of a challenge on the big adventure bikes, come out with me. So I just turned on to Burma Road. As I said, might have said earlier on, I'm not sure if I did, but I've just got a new GoPro 10 on this bike, and I've got it sitting on the top of the helmet. I'm not a big fan of things hanging off helmets. You know, I do have my Cardo Pack Talk on the side of it. It sort of tends to unbalance it a little bit, but this seems to be quite okay sitting up there. I'm not feeling the wind, not feeling the weight of it. GoPro 10 is significantly heavier than my GoPro 7, but obviously it's got a lot more features, so we'll see what it comes out like. Some absolutely spectacular views up here. We're sitting high on the range, dropping down, currently on Burma Road. Just about to run out of battery too. First battery on this GoPro 10. It seemed to have sucked the battery. It's only been going for about a half an hour or so. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I think maybe because it's connecting through to my mobile phone. Just sort of sending in images to the mobile phone as well. It's probably using a bit too much battery, so I've just turned that off, and I'll just go back to standard vision or standard recording. So as you can see, I've got the iPhone on the dash there. I'm controlling the GoPros, both GoPros, by using the iPhone app, and I also can see what my GoPros are seeing through the screen on my phone using the app. So I think what's happened there is having all that going is just sucking the battery, so we'll refrain from doing that. I was looking at getting a chin mount. I do have one for this helmet. I've just got to find the damn thing. But the problem with the chin mount is these Tenere 700s have a high dash. You see here, you know, it's quite high, so you miss a lot of the road. So this is the first time I've said, as I said, it's the first time I've mounted a GoPro on a helmet, up top at least. I've always, you know, sort of mounted them on the chin. I'll give it a bit of a try. Nice little twisties coming down this hill. For those of you who got modded bikes with traction control, all that sort of stuff, so we'll test you out a little bit. This Tenere 700 has only got ABS. You can turn it off. I just tend to ride with it on. If you get into sand and the like, really loose stuff, I'll turn it off. It's dusty. Alright, take that out. That's little RCA connection here, just feeds to the microphone which is sitting in my helmet. It's a bit of a temporary setup here until I work out what I'm doing. Take that out so I can get this out. GoPro 10 battery, slide it out. Pretty straightforward. The GoPro 7, you can't replace a battery like this. You can't exchange the batteries. It's a built-in battery. It's a bit disappointing, but obviously on the GoPro 9 and 10 they put this battery in. I'm going to go down to one of the retail stores and buy a charging pack for it. There's a pack you can buy which has a dual battery charging point, and it comes with a single battery, same as this. I think it's a 1700 milliamp battery. I'm going to have that sitting in my little pack here, line going out to the USB points on the bike and charging as I ride. So that'll give me 3 batteries. Hopefully 3 is going to be enough for my sort of riding. If not, I'll get a few more. Anyway, let's put it all back together. It was a bit risky out in the bush doing this sort of stuff, because it's quite easy to drop stuff. Screen's a bit dirty, must have taken out a few bugs there. Alrighty, it's looking good. Let's bounce up here, fix that up in a sec. This is Chemist Road, K-E-M-M-I-S-S, Chemist Hill Road. Keep missing the hills. Not very far away from Yankalilla, close to Maiponga. Quite a few ups and downs. Look at that winding track, that's beautiful. That's where we're going. on, I think it's Newbolds Road. GPS is saying we're still on Chemist Hill Road, but I'm pretty sure that sign said Newbolds Road. You gotta watch this corner here. How's that for a view over there? It's a pretty good view. Okay, so basically we're going to trek down to the highway, which is just down there, cross the highway and go up over that range there. The GPS has just changed to Newbolds Road. And that's new as in brand new, and bolds as in bold, B-O-L-D-S. New bolds, all one word. Cracker of a day for a ride. Just had to put the screen down, so the sound's probably changed a little bit. Very much a dairy industry area. Just you have to see it just to my left there. All those little kennels, they got little calves in them. Cattle, baby cattle. Some more down here. You find on these roads the dairies themselves are just on the side of the road, just off the road, so you'll get a lot of dairy trucks coming along here and they'll just pull straight off onto the road or off the road in front of you, so you just got to be careful with that. Also you have the farmers coming in and out as well, and like I say, you know, the farmers are pretty good, they'll ride motorbikes. So I've just turned on to Louds Hill Road. It'll take us up to a road called Range View West, I think it is. We'll soon see when we're up top. So basically today we've done a big loop. We're probably about 2/3, 3/4 of the way through the loop now. So we're heading home. In the pine trees for my Dutch friends in the dennen. In the den means in the pines. Oh, hello. They're on the brakes, they're heavy on the brakes. Panic, panic. Wow. Nice little narrow track. You certainly give the bike a few beans down here if you want to. I'm not, I'm just cruising along. Watch the crest, make sure there's no one coming from the other way. Some of you may have seen in my video today or previous videos, I've got a bit of a habit of riding dirt roads on the right hand side. I don't know where that's come from. I'm trying to break it. I think I need one of those stickers like the guys on Ride ADV have got that says keep left. I think I need one of those. I don't know what it's about, but yeah, I wonder if I went to the US whether I'd ride on the left side of the road. I think it's probably come from sealed roads. Oh, we're just going to turn right here. I think it's from riding on sealed roads. You tend to be, on the right hand side of the lane when you're riding on on the left hand side of the road, as we do in Australia. You tend to be on the right side of the left lane, if that makes sense, near the white line. I think I just probably got it from that. I just continue it. I don't think it's too bad of a habit. I will change it. Oh, I'm used to passing people. So better to stay on the right side. Pass them. That doesn't happen all the time. Here we go. Now this road will take you all the way back to South Road. Getting to South Road, you've got some options. You can sort of turn right, then turn left. That'll take you back towards Kaipo. You can take another road there called Range Road. This is Range Road West. Or take one of the roads to the left. One of the roads to the left off this road is going to take you down to Wollonga, McLaren Vale area. It's not a very clear day down there today, but as far as the eye can see, you can see vineyards. Lots of great wineries in that area too. Check out. Bloody awesome. So if you come from interstate, you come to South Australia and you want to know places to ride, if you just want to do the touristy sort of thing, hit me up. Get in contact with me, and hey, maybe if I got time, I'll take you for a bit of a trip around the state. If not, yeah, I can certainly give you a few GPX files or put you on to people who know their way around, see the sights. And we find a lot of people that come to South Australia tend to sort of come up through Mildura, crossing New South Wales maybe, come into South Australia, go straight up to the Flinders Ranges, play around there for a day or so, then head on off. There's a lot more to see, guys. There is a lot more to see and a lot more to do. Take this ride for example. You know, we passed wineries, we passed pubs, cafes, lots of good spots to stop and see the scenery. Photographers, yeah, plenty of photography to be had around here. You know, a lot of old relics of the past, old buildings. Okay, so this brings us out onto South Road. So I was talking about earlier on, you've got the option to go right there or to go left. We're going to go left today. I need to head down to one of the department stores and get this GoPro charging kit. They're on special at the moment for 79 Australian dollars, usually 99 Australian dollars. Seen them up around 110. So I'll pop down. I think Harvey Norman, JB Hi-Fi and the like have all got them on special.